Hi guys, Jared here with Day Traders FX. Hopefully everyone's having a great day and a good week so far. Let's talk a little bit about some of the setups and things that are moving. A bit of a flat day, little bit negative, not hugely. The Dow's down a little bit. It's recovered from its lows. It was down almost 100 points and looks like it ended up closing just down about 40 or so, 49. And that was ahead of the FOMC meeting minutes that we saw today, and then kind of caused some market movement and some agitation, but nothing really major. We're going to look at the charts in just a moment. You can see that we've had trade balance and several things. The next, the FOMC, obviously we had that. The next big mover that we have coming up is going to be the Australian employment numbers. Those are pretty big. Employment numbers are always pretty big anywhere, and the Australian ones have known to be pretty big movers. Not to mention we have interest rates coming out for Japan. Of course, there's never going to be a change there, but this is the time where Japan gets a little bit sneaky and tries to do some stuff. So we're going to kind of keep our eye on the charts. This can happen tentatively any time of the day or night. So usually it's around 5, 6, 7, 8 Pacific, PM Pacific. Coming into tomorrow, we don't have anything significant for the UK session tonight as far as news goes. And coming into tomorrow, we'll have unemployment claims for the US, and then we'll have some Chinese news tomorrow night. So not a super heavy schedule as far as news goes. Okay, so let's look at the small time frame here for just a moment. FOMC meeting minutes. The euro dropped like crazy, about 50 pips, and it's just kind of come back up, and it's just hopping around here. We actually have a pending order right in this general area on the euro dollar in the group, but I like this general area. I think this 122.50.75 zone is a pretty good resistance to hopefully keep the market down. It's kind of started to crawl along the top of this trend line here and of this 1 hour channel. It's also at the very, very bottom of the Bollinger Bands on the daily chart. So it's getting pretty oversold. It definitely could be due for a little bit of a breakout up, but we're going to have to wait and see on that one. What I want to see with a breakout here is I'd like to see us get up above 122.75. I think above 122.75, we can start taking this into some of these higher resistances around 123.100 and 123.20, 20 to 25. So just some of these highs that you can see back here. So again, that's above 122.75. We get above that, and we should see a little bit of a run. Otherwise, if it kind of just stays in this little resistance zone right here, then we're just going to look at getting in around 122.50, 60 area if it just can't seem to get any higher, and write it down into that 12200 zone. But the euro is low and low and low, and it stays very far down there. So if we look at the larger time frames, you can see that it's pretty much way down there. It's at multiple year lows at this point now, 2-year lows just about. So we're going to keep our eye on that. So just remember, this 122.75 is going to be an important area. Above that, we should be headed to 12300 and about 123.25 from there. Pound dollar ended up giving some pretty nice movement. The FOMC minutes here got it going on this big red candle, and then it's retraced and not really done anything. And it's still sitting in this channel that it's been in for just about 5 days now. It's a decent sized channel. We're talking about, it's not huge. It's only about 85 pips. It peaked out here for just a moment, and it's right back inside. So as far as this pound dollar goes, this is a good, we can see this central area right here. This is about 55.15. Look at how the market was held right there by it, and it just continued to kind of hop up and down around that area, and then again it consolidated right on it here, and we had a nice breakout up, and it's just every day it's reacted to this 155 kind of 15-20 zone right here, and so I like that. If we get some retracement up into that area about 155.20, then I think we could potentially have a nice sell opportunity, but I'm going to be watching that as well, because if it breaks above, then we could be headed right back into that 155.50, which is an important level. So keep an eye on 155, 15, 20 area, and look for a break up or a bounce, and we're going to be watching that. Euro yen, interestingly enough, has started to be pretty strong and pretty powerful. The levels to watch for this one are going to be this one right here. We have 97, 70, 75. This has turned out to be kind of an interesting little level over the last couple of days. The market keeps consolidating around that, and now it's kind of topped out right there. So I think if we can get above that 97, 70, 75 zone, then we probably have a pretty good chance to trade it up into some of these highs right here. These are some significant levels around 9800 and 9810, so just a short-term movement there. Otherwise, what I'm going to be looking for on this euro yen is, you can see there's that 97.70 area I was talking about, putting a bit of a pretty good cap on the market, it looks like. As this continues to run up this trend line, I want to make sure that it can stay below that area, and if it does, then I'm going to trade this trend line break right here. You can see it's a pretty good level. It's having a hard time really doing much with it. So if we get back below this level, I'm going to look for some nice big runs to the downside here of anywhere from 20 to 40, 45 pips, right in that general area. So look for break of this trend line right here. Break of the trend line. Pound yen getting a little choppy and ugly. Aussie dollar, this is an interesting one. It's gotten a little choppy and a little interesting over the last several days. It had a crazy big rally yesterday, and then we're going to have news on it today. So as that news comes out, watch this level up here. This is 102.70, 75 once again. We'll say 75, 102.75. If we get any kind of a significant break above 102.75, we could see a pretty good run to the upside of anywhere from, again, 25 to about 50 pips above this 102.75. So keep an eye on that. Otherwise, if this starts to break lower, I'm going to keep my eye on it and kind of see where it goes. But I'm not super anxious to get into the Aussie dollar just yet. It's been pretty choppy. So I'm really just going to watch this 102.75, see where it goes, and I'll keep an eye on this trend line as well. Gold is moving all over the place. Except for the last several hours, it's been up and down and back up and then totally sideways. So we're going to keep an eye on gold. 1585 still an important level. 1575 still important. 1600 still important. So keep an eye on that. Remember, we have a webinar tomorrow night, Thursday evening, that we will be discussing lots of great trading opportunities and different things during that. So we'll see you guys for that. Best of luck, and we'll see you in the chat. Take care, everyone.